Welcome to the Fantasy Thinker. I'm Jared. No Life Forsaken by Stephen Erikson. Yeah. Whipping back to the Seven Cities continent, we find ourselves in the midst of a new uprising of fanatical followers of the Whirlwind Goddess and their apocalyptic vision. We hit the ground running with lightning fast introductions to fascinating characters, as only Erikson can do. Since the book takes place some decade and a half or so after the events of the Book of the Fallen, we have a new adjunct, a new High Fist, a new High Priestess, new Marines, new Claws, and in my opinion, the most fascinating character of the bunch, an Inquisitor by the name of Bonu Blatt. Blatt brings us the contradiction in the person of someone working for a religious organization who yet declines to worship the deity that this organization is centered around. He is the ultimate secular administrator in a land where gods walk among mortals. And I really just like the thought of that. I like the thought of trying to work that out in your head. And Erikson weaves this theme in and out of the narrative with a lot of care and subtlety. He really explores it pretty well through the character of Bonu Blatt, who I think is one of the best new characters I've read in a long time. And it really blew me away how that character just stood out to me. So the prologue here opens with this wonderful quote in relation to this theme here, and it says, "Woe betide the invisible tyranny of belief," and I love that. So that really, that's, you had me at woe betide. Really, you had me. So the events that proceed from this setup reach the pinnacle of narrative irony. The tightly focused narrative of this book is actually in contrast to the deliciously wandering contemplative style that Erikson used in the second half of the Book of the Fallen. This book is quick, poignant, and striking in its delivery, sometimes leaving the reader quite breathless. We get our usual flashbacks back to ancient times and places and personas. And I really love how Erikson gives us even more hints into the deep past, especially the idea that at one point in history, some kind of cataclysmic event occurred where linear time itself was a casualty. And I like that because it neatly corrects any narrative confusion from previous Malazan books where timelines may be, well, confused. There are so there's also a few things revealed that had previously been touched on in the Carcanis trilogy. So that's there to reward long-time readers of all things Malazan like myself. So to say I enjoyed this book is really quite the understatement. And it's hard for me to just sit here without bouncing up and down in my chair. I really missed having a first-time experience with an Erikson book. It's been a while, and so this didn't disappoint. And I think it's the first time that I've ever had that experience since I've been on BookTube. The last time I had it was with The God Is Not Willing, but that was before I started my channel and interacting with all of you. So this book did not disappoint. I was just so comfortable going in, and yet I still had that sense of awe and wonder. But really, this book, it felt like coming home, and I just loved reading every second of it, and that's something that will stick with me for the rest of this year, definitely, and will of course make me eager for the next one. So I know that's not much of a review for such a momentous book, but I'm hoping that I know there's going to be plenty more discussions on this book, and there's going to be plenty of material out there to see, watch, pay attention to. And anybody out there who's a booktube friend of mine, if you've read it and you want to discuss this, let me know. Um, I would love to. It was so much fun. So, with all that said, that's my short review for No Life Forsaken for Stephen Erikson. And be good to each other, and thank you.